I didn't think we were ever going to get away from that coach.
Thank God you had that peanut butter, right?
Say that again.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the 2009 Cage Memorial Classic Selection Special. I'm your host, John Toast, and seated next to me, as always, your studio analyst, Steve Oatmeal.
Hey, John. It's great to be back.
Well, let's not say great, Steve. Let's say good.
Well, it's great, John. I like being here with you. We've hung out a lot in the last year. We're finishing each other's sentences now.
Well, I wouldn't say that we're
finishing each other's sentences.
After last year's xenophobic, homophobic, and downright sexually suggestive show,
an utter lack of class.
You'll be happy to know that we've dialed it back for all you Bible-thumping suits and you granola-eating hippies.
That's right, John. In fact, I, Steve Oatmeal, vow to personally plant a tree for every single one of the aforementioned offenses.
Now, you freedom-hating vagabond.
John! I planted enough trees.
You're right, Steve. Anyway, on with the show. Congratulations to the 2008 Cage Memorial Classic champions, Moy, after their 11-2 thrashing of Officialson gave them the title. Here's some highlights from their championship match.
Brett taking it to the hole and scores easily. Carp, just throws it up. Carp with the ball. What is he thinking?
Man, to think this guy was an All CMC performer last year just boggles the mind.
Brett back to Nick Roy. No defense whatsoever.
No.
That's an easy basket. Out. Now the Owlman from about 80 feet inside to Brett, and Brett slams it on Carp's head. Just a teabag in Carp's face. Nick Roy to Brett. Easy bucket. Easy bucket for the champ. Nick brings it out. Brett May is wide open underneath. It's almost as if Carp is in an imaginary fantasy land. Like he's playing a Nintendo game or something.
But he doesn't know the controls. That's very much what it seems like, Steve.
It's like it's not real life. It's like it's a Nintendo game and he doesn't know what he's doing. Carp with another air ball.
How do you continue to play the game of basketball after embarrassing yourself so many times?
He is a disgrace to the game of basketball.
Oh, this game is out of control.
This game is basically over, as it was from the start.
Surprisingly poor video quality there, John.
You're right, Steve. You'd expect more from the premier 2-on-2 event in the upper Midwest.
Yeah, I mean, Brett May looked like a girl there.
Oh no, that was just Nick Roy.
Oh. Now let's take a look at last year's All CMC team.
First up, Bobby the Garbage Man Olsen.
The only rookie to make the All CMC team, the Garbage Man carried his team to the Consolation Championship, piling up 4.8 points per game and 8.5 rebounds, while shooting a respectable 36% from the field. He stepped up in the playoff round, scoring 6 points apiece in the last two games, and single-handedly carved up Mulvey to capture the consolation title. Next on the list is Alec, the White Shadow, Danielson.
Turning his pre-tournament favorite from early CMC joke to tournament Cinderella, the White Shadow engineered an upset for the ages and knocking off Millsy in the semifinals, buoyed by perhaps the greatest single-game performance in the history of the CMC. He was 6 of 9 from the field, including a record 75% from two-point range and scoring 9 points. That alone might have been enough to make the team, but the White Shadow chipped in 4.3 points and 6 rebounds while shooting 36% from the field per game for good measure. Next up, Dan Future Kogian.
Although he was hoping for a lot more than a 6th place finish, the Future can at least hang his hat on the fact that he improved his numbers across the board and repeated his All CMC in 2008. 6.2 points per game were good for 3rd in the CMC. He also chipped in 7.8 boards and 2.0 steals, complemented by a relatively strong 30% from the field. His 7 points, 3 2-point performance hung the only loss of the 2008 CMC on champions Moy, while his pestering defense had him up for defensive MVP. Next on the list is Brett the Wookiee May.
Finally snagging the trophy that escaped him in such haunting fashion last year, Wookiee dominated the post once again and exorcised the demons of CMC's past. He posted 6.7 points per game, and while his paltry 7.2 rebounds were only good enough for 7th in CMC, his impressive 53% from the field no doubt had a little bit to do with that. May lit up the playoff round with 24 points, stepping up when his team needed him the most and quieting the naysayers who said he possessed A-Rod-like big-game heroics. Rounding out the 2008 All Cage Memorial Classic team is Storm the Landlord Z.
Putting up almost unbelievable numbers, the landlord was without question the most dominating presence in the CMC field. He had 3 of the top 5 scoring games, 2 of the top 5 rebounding games, 3 of the top 5 block games, and 2 of the top 5 field goal percentage games in the 2008 tournament. Z was number 1 in scoring, rebounds, blocks, field goal percentage, and 6th in assists per game. While he failed to repeat as champion, the landlord did manage to set 3 individual game records and 7 individual tournament records on his way to a 3rd place finish.
Last but not least, the 2008 Cage Memorial Classic Most Valuable Player, Jake Wisdorf. By failing to show up, the Wiz gave Brett May a teammate who could actually play some ball. And with that, the betting man's odds to win the championship belt that Wookiee so desperately desired. Wisdorf's last-minute withdrawal from the CMC created a lopsided squad that marched to the championship with only one small hiccup. So the man most responsible for delivering a Cage Memorial Classic championship belt to Brett the Wookiee May, the board of directors salutes you, Jake Wisdorf. The 2008 All Cage Memorial Classic Awards went to the following participants. Rookie of the Year to Bobby the Garbage Man Olsen.
Brand new. I don't like it unless it's brand new. You might see me in my whip with my bitch pumping my shit. You don't like it, get off my
Most improved to Alec the White Shadow Danielson.
And defensive MVP to Storm the Landlord Z.
Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say, here comes the boom.
And now, John, let's spice things up a little bit. Spice Club, instant garlic powder. Spice up your dinner. Now, John, let's spice things up a little bit by looking at the top 10 plays of the 2008 tournament.
John Weiss turns his washing machine to spin cycle.
Oh! Weiss with the fucking beautiful turnaround, dude.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yo, shimmy, Joe.
Crisscross. Well, this is right in my grill. Oh, Joe, give the love to the camera. You're right here. Sexy.
Ben Mulvey punches a one-way ticket to buckets.
Oh yeah.
Brett May orders a stuffed crust, delivered by teammate Nick Roy.
Pierce. Oh, what a block! To May. Oh, what a play! Money.